Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Wave, and finally we got to see Liangelo ball in action in his first ever G League game, and I've got to say, I'm really impressed with Liangelo Ball's performance. He did win G League Performer of the Night, and man, Liangelo Ball drew some major headlines. In his first NBA G League game, Liangelo dropped 22 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, shot 9 for 13 from the field, and 4 for 7 from the three-point line in only 24 minutes. Do you know how efficient that is and how much he scored for only playing 24 minutes? This man, Liangelo, went absolutely crazy, dropping buckets, and guess what? The Greensboro Swarm are absolutely trash at basketball, except Liangelo. Before we get on to the game and analyze what happened, please make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on the bell, man, to stay updated with Liangelo and the NBA. And with all that being said, let's get right on to Liangelo's performance. Okay, so last night, Liangelo Ball and the Greensboro Swarm, aka the Hornets G League team, played their first regular season G League game against the Birmingham Squadron, and they ended up losing 128 to 117. But trust me, this game was never this close during the actual game, and Liangelo Ball was a big part for the Greensboro Swarm getting back into the game and leading them with scoring runs. So again, I'm going to read off Liangelo Ball's stats: 22 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 4 for 7 from the three-point line, and shooting 9 for 13 from the field in only 24 minutes. And let me tell you about Liangelo Ball's performance in the first half. Okay, let's first talk about Liangelo not starting. That makes absolutely no sense. Liangelo Ball did not start, which again, if he doesn't start next game, I don't know what to say. The end, it just wouldn't make any sense. Everybody thought Liangelo Ball was gonna come out and start, but obviously, he did not start and he came off the bench. But in the first half, Liangelo Ball only scored 5 points. He only scored 5 points. The reason why? Because he only played 6 minutes. Liangelo Ball played 6 minutes in the first half. He was 2 for 3 with 5 points. And the Greensboro Swarm were down 59-36 in the first half, and they were getting absolutely blown out. And let me tell you, some of these players on this Greensboro Swarm team are so bad, and it was just such a pain to watch. I couldn't even believe I was watching a real G League game. That was the first time in my life I've ever watched a full NBA G League game. Comment down in the comment section if that is the same situation for you, because I'd never expect myself to watch a G League game, but for Liangelo, we had to do it for the boy. But after the first half, Liangelo Ball did get some minutes, and he honestly helped aid the comeback. He would go on scoring runs, he'd hit a 3, he'd hit layups. Liangelo Ball was hustling on the court. He really seemed like he was the best player on the court. Obviously, JT Thor did have a big game. He had 34 points, 2 assists, 12 rebounds, shot 14 for 22, but he shot 10 more shots than Liangelo Ball did. So obviously JT Thor, another amazing game. But let's talk about Gelo, man. The dude was absolutely hustling on the court. A lot of the reason why he had 22 points was because of easy rebound putbacks. This man would hustle for every rebound and put it right back up over literally 7-foot NBA, G League centers. People always said Liangelo Ball doesn't have enough athleticism, but man, he was snagging out there, getting those rebounds. And let me tell you, Liangelo Ball, it didn't seem like I was watching Liangelo Ball, man. It seemed like I was watching, a different type of shooter, because Liangelo Ball wasn't just sitting in the corner. He was moving around, cutting to the basket, getting open. He was getting more involved in the plays. He was setting high screens, doing the high pick and roll. And his threes were dropping, man. His threes were absolutely dropping. He shot 4 for 7 from the three-point line. And, that wasn't the only thing Liangelo Ball did. He did have 1 nice assist. It seems like Liangelo Ball can do a lot more than just shoot the ball. We saw his rebounding. We saw his hustle. Liangelo Ball could have had at least 5 assists in this game if its teammates weren't so bad, man. It was just, I couldn't watch some of these players play because it was just giving me, I just couldn't, man. Like, Crutcher had 6 points, 14 assists. I don't even know his first name, man, but he was not good at all. Scotty Lewis didn't play good at all. He in 25 minutes, he had 0 points. In 25 minutes, 0 points. Xavier Sneed, he played absolutely horrible, 5 points in 22 minutes. Vernon Carey Jr., 4 for 12, 11 points. Man, these big men on the Greensboro Swarm could not shoot or, do anything to save their lives. They were missing wide open putbacks. They were missing, the easiest shots that you'd think would drop. But man, Liangelo Ball was a scoring leader off the bench. Andre Kolboka did have 20 points, shot 4 for 7 for the 3-point line and 7 for 12 from the field. So it seems like Liangelo Ball and Andre Kolboka from the first game deserve starting spots over Scotty Lewis and Xavier Sneed. I do fully expect Liangelo Ball to start next game. If he doesn't, that would be an absolute shame. But man, you guys see the highlights right now. Liangelo Ball running the floor. I'm really impressed with his finishing ability. He had a nice little floater when he got into the paint. He puts a shoulder into the defenders, and he just puts it right up with confidence. And that's where I love to see Liangelo Ball. When he's playing with confidence, I'm telling you, he's the best player on the court, which he was as he got G League Performer of the Night. And social media was absolutely going crazy over Liangelo Ball's performances. Overtime, Bleacher Report, SportsCenter, every single sports page you could think about, they were posting Liangelo Ball's highlights and first buckets, which he absolutely deserved. And I know the end score seemed kind of close, 128 to 117, but trust me, the Swarm were getting absolutely blown out until Liangelo Ball came in. There was a point in the game where Liangelo Ball scored 5 straight points, like 3 different times. And when Liangelo Ball did that, the Greensboro Swarm won on, scoring runs. I think they won on a scoring run, like, I think it was 8-0 or 10-0, something like that. But Liangelo Ball played bulk of his minutes in the 4th and 3rd quarter, and it seemed like the head coach trusted Liangelo Ball to be out there. And he played majority of the 4th quarter, maybe a good solid 9 or 8 minutes in the 4th quarter, because the coach knew without Liangelo Ball, they had no chance of coming back. Liangelo Ball really seemed like he was leading the comebacks out there. Obviously, the Hornets did come out short, but there was a point in this game where Liangelo Ball hit a fast break 3, then he hit a fast break layup. So there's 5 straight points, and the Hornets were just down 7 with like 7 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. But then obviously they did end up losing. But you can't knock the guy Liangelo Ball for trying. He's playing with no real point guard. I don't care how, DJ Carton, he's not really a good point guard in my opinion. Jay Crutcher didn't really show me much of a point guard, ability from him. But imagine if Liangelo Ball had a real point guard that could actually give him open looks. There was so many plays Liangelo Ball was open, cutting to the basket, but he just wouldn't get the touches. Nobody would want to pass to him. Again, it's the G League. Everyone's trying to prove themselves and go to the NBA. So, yeah, imagine if Liangelo Ball had Lamelo on his team. That would be raps. I thought Liangelo was going to go for 30, but if only he got more minutes. If Liangelo Ball plays 30 minutes a night, I fully expect him to get 25 to 30 points every single game. And if Liangelo Ball keeps this performance up, who knows, the Hornets might just pull him up to the actual roster and play him. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think about Liangelo Ball's first ever G League debut. Obviously, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 performance, especially for his team being so bad and so hard to watch. But let me know in the comment section. Let's discuss about it. Subscribe, hit that like button, turn on the post notifications to be notified. And with all that being said, I'm out. Peace.